In this video, I'm going to show you guys how to attach a rubric to your Canvas assignment. So the first thing you need to do is create an assignment. So go ahead and go into Assignments, Add Assignment, and make it whatever you want to make it. So this is an assignment where students have to create an infographic about themselves, and then they turn it in here. It's a little digital project. And we want to make a rubric so that way when I'm pulling up their picto charts, I get to see a rubric right next to the grading features, and I can just fill out the rubric in order to grade it. So it's pretty awesome for projects and when you guys are assessing other skills and writing, things like that. So here's how you do it. You make your assignment, like I said. And you'll notice when I'm just viewing the assignment, so I'm not in edit mode or anything, I've clicked on the assignment, this comes up, this plus rubric on the bottom left. That's what you're going to click, and right in the same window, you're going to see the rubric pop up. It's a rubric creator. So from here, I can title it infographic, and I can type my criteria. So it just sets you up with one, and you can add more and more. So I might say creativity. I might say content. I might say quality. Let's say quality. Now notice after I've added criteria, there's a view longer description. I can actually type additional description here. So if creativity is kind of broad, I might say infographic was original, colorful, and had various media. So maybe they had a video or a link or an image. Update description. So students would be able to click on that and see, well, what does she mean by creativity? So that's pretty cool. Ratings. So I could leave it at full or no marks, or this is where I can add. So I can be 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 kind of thing. And I can give them up, any range of those points, and then I can describe why. So 5 points would be, exceeds expectation. And then maybe 4 is meets expectations. You can even be more nitty-gritty, of course. You can say a 3 is has some creativity but lacking images and color, or something like that. Here you can say not original, so maybe it was plagiarized, or is blank white, there's no color, something like that. Okay, so that's basically how you'd fill these out. Here's where the point value can change, and notice if I change it here, it will change it on my ratings. So now a 10 is the most they can get, an 8, 6, 4, and then a 0. And I can always, of course, go in and change that, if I want this to be a 3. So that's kind of cool, and each category or criteria can be a different point value. I want to draw your attention to up here, find a rubric. So let's say you've done a few assignments and you've made a few rubrics already and you want to reuse a rubric. You can do find rubric, and you can kind of find, depending on the courses. So these are all the courses that I'm a part of, and I can find any rubric from any course that I am a teacher in, which is pretty awesome. So if I decided instead of creating one, I want to reuse something I've already made. Here's one for research paper, text response. Tom Sawyer was a assignment I had. So I can always use this rubric and reuse those. Down here, I can check mark freeform comments. So notice when I check mark this, it takes away the ratings. So I will give them a score, and instead of having a box with, the comments in it already created, I can just have a free form text box where I would simply write down, what I think they got and why they got those points. So it takes away the ratings basically, and it just leaves you with comment box. Use this rubric for assignment grading. So if I check this, that means as I fill out my rubric, whatever they get on their rubric is what they get for the assignment grade. So they go hand in hand. Now you might choose to use a rubric for part of an assignment, and there's another part of the assignment that you're grading differently without a rubric. So you might not want to check this if you're going to use this rubric for part of the grade. So it just depends on how you're grading whatever you're grading. So for this, I'm definitely going to go ahead and just use the rubric. And then hide score total for assessment results. I'm not sure why you would do that, but I could check mark that, and they don't see their score total. Okay, so when I'm all done, I'm going to click Create Rubric. It's telling me that when I made my assignment worth 100 points, and the rubric is only worth 20 points, which will result in a maximum possible score of 20%. So I can change this. I could say, oops, I didn't realize that, and we'll say this is worth 50 points, 25, 25. So now I've got my 100 points, and we should be good. All right, so there's my rubric. The students would be able to see this when they see the assignment, and then when you go into Speed Grader, so kids have turned stuff in, I can pull up my students' work, which would be right here on the left side. And just so you know, you can kind of drag this over if you want this to be smaller and you want your rubric to be bigger. So here it is. I just clicked View Rubric, and I could give them full marks. I can add additional comments. Maybe if you didn't give them full marks, give them a little more information there. And then I could just do overall assignment comments. So overall, I could, record my voice and give them some feedback, so on and so forth. So I'm going to save, and notice when I saved my rubric scoring, it automatically changed the grade to complete, and 100 out of 100. And that's that. So that's how you can make or find rubrics in Canvas.